Make 2025 the richest year you've ever had. But did you guys know that by year end, only 8% of people have actually achieved their New Year's resolution? Or did you know that 1 in 3 people actually give up by February? Without proper traction and or structure, people just tend to fall off the wagon. And so people are just too focused on exactly what they have to do rather than who they need to become. What's going on, guys? My name is RJ, and my channel here is really meant to help every single person that I can touch, every single person that I can gravitate towards, and help you guys get one step closer to your goal of financial freedom. Everyone's goal is different. Everyone's vision is different for financial freedom. Some people just need minimal amounts, just pay off whatever bad debt you guys have and you've achieved financial freedom. Some people are looking for passive income plays. Some people are looking to have enough passive income that just pays all their bills and they consider that financial freedom. Our goal here in this channel is to help you guys achieve your version of financial freedom. And so in this video, I'm going to cover 3 things that we need to get structured before we can even talk about doing any of the sexy things that we have to do for this year. So yes, everyone wants to talk about the sexy plays. Everyone wants to talk about the side hustles. Everyone wants to talk about making millions. Everyone wants to talk about crypto, making all the money in the world. But none of that will help if you guys don't have a solid foundation on your guys' analytics and financials. So I'm going to cover the 3 things that we need to do first for a setup so that you guys have a solid foundation so that we can talk about the fun stuff. And when we get to the fun stuff, you guys already know what to do and you know how to allocate the money. So the first thing that you guys really need to do is you need to have a pulse on your finances. Yes, this is not the sexiest thing on the planet. Yes, this is not the funnest thing ever, but you have to have a pulse on your account. Brandy and I have done this twice now where we both pull in the analytics. We show ourselves our take home, and then we calculate all of our bills and then how much we have left over. And that's really, it takes us an evening maybe. So what you guys have to do is you guys need to track your analytics. You guys need to track your financials and your accounting. So you'd have to track your spendings. How much do you bring in? How much do you guys have left over? How much bad debt do you guys have? These are all things that need to be written so that you have a overall snapshot of what you guys are working with, because you can't start working with investments and paying this off and buying these things and buying a Lamborghini if you guys don't know what the snapshot of your account looks like. And believe it or not a lot of people do. I really, for the longest time, didn't know what I was spending everything on. It wasn't until, Brandy and I took an evening and we calculated things and we saw for myself, I was paying an additional $400, $500 on random things that I didn't even know I was paying for. So I had duplicates of certain accounts. And so these things matter because this is more money back into your pocket as long as you can see the snapshot. Subscriptions that you guys are involved with. Again, there's just so many things that is so tedious that sometimes you don't even know it's just flying under the radar and that you guys are paying for it and that you don't know that you're paying for it. So again, number 1, make sure you guys have a pulse on your account. You have to do the boring work. You have to do the non-sexy work, but it has to be done. You need a pulse and a snapshot of how your account looks like. Number 2, you have to create a budget. So now that you guys actually created a snapshot, you guys have a pulse. Okay, this is how much I'm bringing in. This is how much my bills are. This is how much I have left over. Now you guys can actually play with the budget. And a budget that I've seen work for a lot of people is the 50-30-20 rule. So 50% goes into the needs. So things that you need to survive. So a roof over your head, a transportation, groceries, electric bills, cell phone, transportation, things like that. 50% need to go in there. 30% should go into more wants. So things like going out on dates, dinners, going out on different events, saving for trips and stuff like that. This number is flexible based on, what you guys need. And we'll go more into that in a little bit here. And so the 20% is really more so for your future savings and investments. If you guys have read The Richest Man on Babylon, they say 10%, save 10% of everything you do. You got to pay yourself first. That has changed because I don't want to get too far into it, because obviously back then, you're paying yourself 10% and you can use that for anything, for investments. Now we have credit card debt and stuff like that with interest rates, so that actually works against us. So sometimes that percentage actually needs to change. But what you guys can do for future investments and savings for the 20% is you could do all sorts of stuff. You can invest in gold and silver. You guys know how much I hate fiat currency. It's just deflating as we talk about it. So you can invest in gold and silver so that you can have somewhere safe to pile your money. You can buy stocks. You can save up for a down payment for real estate. You can do all sorts of things. You can make sure you have a savings for a rainy day fund. So that's what goes into that 20%. So the budget portion is number 2. Number 3 is actually practicing your budget. Why do you have to practice your budget? Well, because if you've never had one up until now, it's gonna feel weird. It's gonna feel 100% weird to be like, okay, I need to make sure that 50% go here and I'm only left with 30%. As opposed to someone like me back in the day when I was a bachelor, I would just swipe. I had no 30%. It was like unlimited percent on how much I wanted to spend that money, whether I was going out to eat, whether I was going out at nighttime or traveling or just buying the latest gear and technology. For me, I had no structure whatsoever. If I wanted to spend the money, I would spend the money. And so this is why practicing the budget is important, because once you guys have the snapshot of how you're accounting, and now you have the budget on what to do with that snapshot, now you have to practice it. And practicing it gives you guys data on what you can do when you are actually putting it and getting the reps in on the money. So if you get paid twice a week and you guys work at a W-2, twice a week, that money gets allocated for the 50, 30, 20. And we'll talk a little bit more about that, because if you guys haven't tuned into my channel yet, you guys know that I'm a big fan of this book, Profit First. It has saved our business, and it also has a personal, it's not just a business one, they have a personal how to do Profit First as a personal account as well on here, and it dives really deep into it, and it's really, really good. But the reason you guys need to get reps in it is because sometimes the 50, 30, 20 rule doesn't actually line up with how much you guys make, or how much credit card debt you guys have, or how much bad debt you have. So the 30-20, the 30% and 20% needs to be adjusted accordingly to help you guys. Sometimes, right? Profit First will tell you that it's important you pay yourself, but sometimes you have to go into debt elimination mode first. You, instead of spending 30% into your wants, you might have to allocate the 30% into paying off the bad debt so that you don't have to get wrecked with the minimum down payments, when the interest rates, some of those interest rates on those credit cards are insane. They're like 27%, 29%. And that works highly negatively, the opposite effect, if you start using the 20% to invest. So if you're using the 20% to invest and you're making maybe 7, 13, 14% rates of return on a normal market average, and then you're getting wrecked with 27% interest rates, it's working negatively against your investment. So sometimes those percentages need to be changed to fit your personal need. So again, let's go over that again. Number 1 is make sure you guys have a pulse on your account. You need to know what your account looks like. Number 2 is you guys need to create a budget. And number 3, you guys need to put the reps in and actually practice that budget. By practicing the budget, you'll know what works and what doesn't, and what percentages need to be shifted and where things need to be changed first, until you guys can actually execute the 50, 30, 20 rule. Now, as a bonus, of course, I totally recommend this book, Profit First. It has absolutely changed our business, because it says some crazy statistic in here. I wish I could be more prepared sometimes and actually show you guys, but it says something like 80 to 90% of entrepreneurs and business owners actually just use the one account. So when they create a business, they have one bank account. Money goes into that account, money goes out of that account. And sometimes they don't even know where the money's going. They don't know, they don't have enough money for taxes. They don't have enough money for payroll. They don't have enough money for operating expenses. And this book right here has saved our business, because it tells you all the things that you need to allocate it on. Not only that, it tells you the percentages that you guys need to allocate based on how much revenue your business is running. It is a clear, concise blue book. It's a clear, concise blueprint on what you have to do on the business side. But not only that, as I said, it even has profit first for your personal account. So on chapter 7, destroy debt, find money with your business, the profit first life is where they're talking about it doesn't have to just be your business, it could be your personal stuff. And they also tell you how to do it for your personal stuff, including bonus stuff for your kids. So that's all we have for today. Again, these are things that not a lot of people talk about. They always talk about the sexiest stuff on the internet. They talk about the sexiest stuff that people want to learn. But again, you can make a lot of money tomorrow. That's not a problem. There's so much money in the world, guys. And I'll show you guys in this channel that you can make money anywhere and everywhere. But if you don't have a solid foundation on what to do with that capital, you will see people that were millionaires and are completely broke right now because they never had the financial education and they never had the foundation to know what to do with that money when they got it. So again, make sure you guys are putting in the work. I hope this video did help you guys out. Make sure that you guys make your 2025 year the richest you guys have ever been by putting this in. Once you guys have this solid foundation, you have your budget, you're putting in the reps, we can continue throughout the year to help boost those percentages. So yeah, those percentages will be 50, 30, 20, but the amount of money you're making should be more, thus making those accounts bigger. Okay, so if you guys did find this video useful, do me a favor, like and subscribe. I know you guys, it's free to do all that things and it sucks to always have to ask you guys, but that's how we extend our reach. That's how we actually touch more people and help more people that are trying to get better with their life, that are trying to achieve financial freedom in their life. So that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.